Good evening, everyone, and welcome back once again to the GAVRA Racing Megane V6 Trophy League Championship. It's one of these. And I really hope y'all are prepared for tonight. This is going to be an amazing race here at Imola. And as you can tell, it is already raining. And so, yeah, it's going to be an absolute amazing race. And like I said, we are here at Imola. It is 4.90 kilometers or 3.05 miles long. 17 incredible turns. We've got a lot of spray coming off of ESR Chef's tires there. As always, they get 10-minute practice, 10-minute qualifying, and a 45-minute race. And so yeah, let me get that off of there, and we'll actually be able to see what some of the times people are going to be running during practice are going to. It looks like when we set the lobby up, we did have two drivers that were having a few issues, and it looks like we may have just dropped at least one or two of those again. Hopefully it'll let them get back in and will not give them much trouble. And yeah, y'all bear with me just 1 second here. I'm going to be quiet for half a second while I make sure that I get the links for the broadcast sent out. Alright, yep, got those sent out, and of course we have Tomas in the chat. How you doing today, man? I hope you're ready to see this race. It should be really, really good, and we do have a special guest, ESR Chef, who is, he's rumored in the GAVRA League to be the Rain King. So we'll just have to wait and see how he's going to perform tonight here at Imola. It is a really tough track. These cars are incredibly quick, and they already have a little bit of a squirrely rear end, so it's definitely going to be tricky in the rain. And of course, the track temperatures in the top right hand corner are correct. We have a track temperature of 83 degrees Fahrenheit or 28 degrees Celsius, air temperature of 78 Fahrenheit or 25 Celsius. And one of these days I'll actually get used to that. Drivers still have just over 5 minutes left in practice session here. Let's see how some of the drivers are doing so far. We've got Randalux. Randalux was in the lead for the fastest time with the 156, but Kara just put himself in the lead with a 152. Very impressive time around this track, especially in the rain. And somehow or another, we have Chef in the chat and driving at the moment. He is indeed very talented. Let's see, King Quinn has put in a 153, but I believe he's came on back into the pit to do a few things. King Quinn is our championship host, so big shout out to him for taking on that load and making sure everything gets done every week. Tomas, I think the drivers are definitely going to need a little bit of luck tonight. Like I said earlier, this is an incredibly hard track, and right there where that little dip where we just saw Lennon 073 come through, it is very prone to puddling water. So as the race goes on, they could end up with a small river crossing the track right there, which will make navigating the course very difficult. And of course, we all like to hit the curbs on Imola. You almost really need to get really good lap times in. And of course, tonight in the rain, we all know on project cars, the curbs are not your friend in the rain. Yeah, Lennon just corrected me. You can catch a lot of the inside curbs, but the outside curbs can be quite deadly. Like as we saw right there, Lennon took full advantage of the inside curb, but when it came to the outside curb, it didn't look like he wanted to touch it at all. Randalux has now put himself in second for practice. With the last, we have 3.5 minutes left. He's put himself up there with a 152.5. That is very nice. Behind him is, oh, sorry, we already talked about King Quinn and how he was our host. So he is probably definitely trying to do a few either setups or he is dealing with his host duties. We have Faster set the 4th fastest practice time of a 154. My man Toby, One Kenobi, in 5th for practice, 154. Very nice, Toby. Lennon also 6th, 154. And somehow a lot of these drivers, oh, Chef gives us a little bit of a show there as we put the camera on him. A little bit of drift action from Chef. Probably scared the crap out of him, but I think we enjoyed it. And we have also fellow commentator Cypher Knight, currently in 8th for practice. Again, I'm going to keep saying that, 156. I think the field is shaping up very nicely. The drivers are trying to get a little bit of rubber put down on the track so they have a little bit more grip when it gets to qualifying. Oh, it looks like I may have just commentator cursed Duke there, and it looked like our camera guy just jumped right on top of his car. But Duke with a 159. We have GTS in 10th for practice, a 159 as well. Oh, I believe that may be Chef back there that just gave us a few little donuts. He may be watching and know when he's on camera and just showing out there. Javier is, of course, we all know, he is our alien for the Megane Trophy Series. He currently has yet to put in a lap time for practice, so I'm sure he's just feeling the track out and making sure he has it set up the way he wants it. And Agulator brings up the bottom of the field. He also is still trying to get a feel for the track and make sure he has his setup the way he wants it. The car setup is going to be really crucial for these drivers tonight. So let's go up here. We'll go up here to my man Toby One Kenobi, and he has his teammate Cypher Knight right behind him. Hopefully Cypher Knight can manage to stay in his tire tracks, and because in project cars you can follow the tire tracks of the car in front of you and get into their groove, and it'll be a lot less water because they just pushed it all out of the way, and it can really help you get along the track. Oh, as note, we just commentator cursed Toby One Kenobi. Got a little too deep on the inside there, so we'll go up here to, let's go up here to Cypher Knight. We still know he's going to improve some. And we are starting to finally get down to the end of practice. Oh, Cypher Knight got a little bit squirrely there too. As I said, the back of these cars can be very, very loose, especially with all the water on this track. There are a lot of dips in this track. There's going to be a lot of places that are going to hold a lot of water. As we can see on Cypher Knight's car, just a massive amount of spray coming off of that thing. So the drivers are going to have to be very careful following each other, because a lot of these turns are very tight, and a lot of them you fly up on it, you quick drill the brake, get your car turned, and then hit the accelerator again. So with all this rain and all the spray off the back of the cars, it's going to be very difficult to see your opponent in front of you, and it's going to be very difficult to get on the brakes the way you want to as well. We'll go back up here to Randa Lux for a moment, and yeah, practice is just about done. So in just a second I will switch over to the standings, but just to let y'all know in advance, again, I am behind on things, so I did not get all the proper standings in here, so I'm gonna cover last week's standings, and I'm gonna fake like they're this week's standings. It's just the way it's gonna go tonight. Rendilux is on a very nice run at the moment. Still has himself sitting in 3rd with a 152.55. And of course that map box was not supposed to pop back up there. There we go. That's what happens every once in a while. So let's go ahead and we will act like I'm going over this week's standings when in fact we'll be going over last week's standings. Yeah, again, I dropped the ball. I'll get it taken care of, and we will make sure we have the right ones next week. So we do still have 2 weeks left, or 2 more races after this one in the Megane Trophy Series, and I'm really looking forward to them. Alright, so, hold on, let me see if I can get these where they actually make sense to me. There we go, there are our championship points. And yeah, once again, we're just going to act like these are actually the current points, and we're going to ignore the fact that I totally dropped the ball. In the lead is Javier Ranz with 90 points, followed by Faster in second with 69, Aguilator's third with 63, GTS is fourth with 46, Duke Martin in fifth is right behind GTS with 43, King Quinn also not very far behind in sixth with 36 points. Cypher Knight in 7th with 34 points, while even the total championship points are really stacked up quite nicely, except for our resident alien, Javier. Randalux is 8th with 32 points. Becerra is 9th with 21 points. 10th is Lennon with 20. 11th is Toby1 Kenobi with 17. And, well, Crazy tried to race, but his internet just gave him too much trouble, unfortunately. And team points is HRT in the lead with 136. That is Javier and GTS. In second is Caraculio, which is Aguilator and Faster, 132 points. Third is BRT, Lennon and Duke Martin, 63 points. Fourth is Beam Racing. She is, of course, King Quinn and Randalux with 68 points. Yeah, I'm noticing that too. Fifth is Team Cocoms, which are my guys, Cypher Knight and Toby1 Kenobi with 51 points. I have to support the commentators, and I know both of those drivers are really glad to be out on the track in this championship and having a great time. And sixth is One Mind Racing, which was Crazy, but as I just said, he did unfortunately have a lot of internet trouble and just was not able to get in. And Becerra with 30 points. And last week's results were, again, we're acting like these are actually the current, but they're not. This is from Rapuna Park. We have Javier came in first, Aguilator was second, Faster was third, GTS was fourth, Randalux was fifth, sixth was Cypher Knight, Duke Martin came in seventh, eighth was King Quinn, ninth was Becerra, 10th was Toby1 Kenobi, and 11th was Lennon. And let's see, y'all give me 1 second and I will change this out. Not quite the transition that was supposed to happen, but it'll work. Alright, and we do have Lennon 073's cockpit cam up in the bottom right hand corner. We are currently, the big camera is on King Quinn. It looks like my guy, Toby1 Kenobi, was the first to set a qualifying lap of 2 minutes and 2 seconds, 0.666. Yeah, he's going to have to change that time pretty quick. I think he will definitely see him improve a lot. I believe he was in the 153s during practice. So yeah, definitely just still getting the tires warmed up. Since he was our first driver to get in a time, we'll stick with him for a minute. And as usual, as everything goes along, I'll trade out the driver's cockpit cams for different drivers. I believe we also have... Let me just double check real quick before I put my foot in my mouth onto who all's camera we do have that I'll change out to later. Alright, so later on I will change over. We'll load up Obi-Wan Kenobi's camera a little bit later in the race. And probably faster and possibly GTS as well. And real quick, if you haven't gone to the website, yeah, I'm throwing my shameless advertisement for GAVRA Racing out there really early tonight. Make sure you go to the website and check everything out. Gavranovik's been doing a lot of work on the website. It looks absolutely amazing. There's tons of information on there, along with links to the GAVRA Racing Discord, the Patreon site if you wish to become a Patreon supporter, and I believe there's also a link to the GAVRA Racing Facebook and Twitter, however you say that one. I always get the two confused, Twitter and Twitch. Let's see, Agulator's in the pit, still working on. He's decided to go back in, and I don't know, actually, Agulator may be very happy with this time. He's got himself in 4th. Oh, he has come back out on the track there. Maybe he wasn't in the pit. Apparently, I'm seeing things tonight. I think it may be time for new glasses. Alright, so let's go up here to the top with Javier. He has set a 149.34. Followed by Faster with a 150.42. Wow, very impressive. He's managing to keep right on up there with Javier. Just barely behind him there. Not quite a second. Only 9/10. Very impressive. Becerra has himself in 3rd with also a 152.18. Agulator is sitting in 4th for qualifying with a 152 as well. You know, I have to say, I love this Megane Trophy Series. The track really shapes up very nice. The drivers really do stack themselves right on top of each other with their times. It looks like Becerra has moved himself into 4th with a 152.18, as well as GTS put himself in 3rd with a 152.15. Very impressive, guys. And as I said, we only have 1 or 2 more races after this, so they really do have a lot on the line as it gets closer to the end of the championship. See, Becerra's in the pit. King Quinn is in the pit. King Quinn has himself sitting in 6th with a 153.54. Duke Martin has himself in 7th with a 153.75. Lennon is 8th with a 154.21. Randalux in 9th with a 155.03. Cypher Knight has also gone back into the pit. He may be wanting to do a little bit of final touch-ups on his tune-up or something, or nope, actually it looks like he's coming right on back out. He's gonna try to improve. He has a 155.87. Obi-Wan Kenobi is sitting in 11th, 156.18. He did improve as we nail him with the commentator's curse. Never any fun for the commentator to get the commentator's curse. And 12th is our man and our special guest ESR Chef. Oh, never mind. He's no longer sitting in 12th and taking up the back of the grid. He's put himself right in the dead center of the grid in 6th place with a 152.79. So again, I think this is going to be an absolutely amazing race here tonight. As it looks like, yep, Lennon is in. My other camera is... We'll pop Lennon's camera off of there, give him a little privacy to do his last little minute pit stop strategy adjustments and adjust his setup there. And we also have Beam Racing or King Quinn's camera loaded up for later on as well. And of course, oh no. ESR Chef did, I'm not sure how many times he spun completely around there, but I do believe I saw at least 2 complete 360 turns out of the car. And we are getting down to the end of qualifying. There we go. I had a few little odd things going on with my mic there. I had to real quick do some adjustment. Sorry about that. Alright, so we have Javier in first. Faster will start second. GTS will start third. Becerra will start fourth. Fifth will be Agulator. Sixth will be ESR Chef. Seventh, King Quinn. Eighth will be Duke Martin. Ninth, Randalux. 10th, Lennon 073. 11th will be Cypher Knight 77. And 12th will be Toby 1 Kenobi. And yep, sorry about that, y'all. Yes, apparently my iPhone doesn't like it when I turn the volume all the way down. It still wants to ring, apparently. And all the drivers definitely taking full advantage of the 2 minutes that they have here. And I do not blame them. I would be doing the exact same thing. Let's see, since they're out there, let's see if we can go ahead and pull up some of the drivers' cameras. Oh, looks like some of the drivers are still adjusting their pit stop strategies and everything else. So let's check in on the other one. Nope, both of the drivers that we have loaded up at the moment are still taking full advantage of the 2 minute break before the race starts, and I do not blame them. This is going to be a very, very tough start. Speaking of which, we'll have to see if I manage to get the replay right, and we'll try to get us a replay of the start of the race, because this is going to be a great start. And we are sinking in. All the cars are revving. They are off. We didn't get to see our lights, but Javier, of course, is in the lead, followed by Faster with Becerra in second, GTS fourth, ESR Chef in fifth, Agulator sixth, King Quinn seventh, eighth is Duke Martin, ninth is Lennon, 10th is Randalux, 11th Toby 1 Kenobi, and 12th is Cypher Knight. So yeah, that definitely was a really nice, clean start. All the drivers are doing a great job of keeping up with each other here. Javier still in the lead, followed by our camera guys not cooperating. That's what we're followed by. Faster and Becerra still right on top of each other. The drivers in the back are really going for some moves back there. You can see a little bit of gap. Oh, we have Randalux now put himself into 9th. Lennon has fallen down into 10th. Ooh, Cypher Knight has made it by his teammate, Toby1 Kenobi, and taken 11th from him. Alright, so we know how the leaders are a little bit spaced out there. Let's check in on some of this first lap action towards the back of the grid. The guys in the back of the pack are really fighting it out at the moment. Faster is doing a fantastic job, I have to say, of keeping up with Javier at this point. Though he is starting to get close to the 1 second behind. Javier's pace is already really showing. But I'll tell you what, I think we're going to see most of our battles somewhere in the midfield and here towards the back. So right now we have Cypher Knight putting a lot of pressure on Lennon 073. Speaking of which, we will go ahead and... there we go, we will get Lennon's camera up there. So let's check in on Randalux. Randalux right on top of Duke Martin. Faster still managing to stay within the 1 second of Javier. Cypher Knight up into 8th place with Lennon. Ooh, Toby1 Kenobi's managed to put himself into 8th place, but he is receiving... oh, Toby has ESR Chef right behind him. That is not going to be a very comfortable drive right there. Toby is really going to have to stay... oh, as I believe that was... GTS possibly right behind them that spun it coming around the corner. Imola already proven to be very, very difficult in the rain. But I was saying, yeah, Toby is definitely in the hot seat at the moment with Chef right behind him. Chef is not someone you want to have too close behind you. He's not going to let you have an easy time. And, yep, that unfortunately was GTS. Luckily, it doesn't really look... oh, no, he did. He lost his back bumper. Oh, no. I was just fixing to say, it looks like he was very fortunate and did not pick up any damage, though. But, unfortunately, he did manage to lose the back bumper. It looked like it spun him around and just put him right into the wall. And now Toby is still putting the pressure on Lennon and trying to keep ESR Chef fended off at the moment. Cypher Knight's managed to get himself a little bit of a gap between him and Lennon 073. Oh, looked like Toby had a little problems with the brakes right there. I believe he just kind of locked him up in the wet, trying to stay defensive, which was a very smart move, but the brake lockup sent him all the way to the outside, costing him the position. Again, Imola proven to be very, very difficult on the drivers tonight. Let's go up here to... we're going to see this battle keep carrying on. This could be some of these battles that we see go on for the entire race right here. So let's go up here to Agulator real quick, who is putting a lot of pressure on Becerra at the moment. And of course we have GTS going through the pit, unfortunately. As we said, he did catch a little bit of damage when he hit that wall back there. Thankfully it was not the front aero, but just as equally as important as the front aero, the rear aero on these cars is extremely important. You really need that rear diffuser to help keep the car in line. Once you lose it, especially with track conditions like this, you don't have the diffuser to help keep the rear end straight. It gets very, very squirrely, and when it does get sideways, it's even harder to get back into line. So yeah, Agulator putting a lot of pressure on Becerra at the moment. Farther on down the field, we still have Lennon right there on top of ESR Chef. Ooh, my man Toby1 Kenobi just made it past Lennon and is putting pressure, getting ready to put some pressure on ESR Chef. Very nice. Let's check these two drivers out as they come into this turn, and then we'll go back up there and we'll check in on Lennon and Toby. Of course, oh, I see in Lennon's camera now. It looks like he got a little off track there. Not too sure what happened there. It looked kind of like Toby may have just gave him the position back, so something may have happened between those two. Don't quote me on that or hold me to it being true. I was not back there, so I could not see it. And of course, I also was not watching Lennon 073's camera. These two right here are also a battle we could see go on for quite a while tonight. And yeah, whoa, look at the pressure Toby One Kenobi has on Lennon at the moment. There is just over 1 car length separating these two. Toby really up in his slipstream very well, taking full advantage of it and the dry lines he's leaving behind. Toby going for the inside. Not quite able to get it done. Very nice work on the brakes there, though. Toby really has the pressure on him. Ooh, Lennon's going defensive. Toby's going to try to take it around the outside. Oh, it looked like Lennon was just in a really good spot there. Oh, we did have a little bit of driver contact there. I think both drivers just thought there was a little bit more room than there was. It did look like Toby left him plenty of room. And Lennon was also trying to keep Toby squeezed to the inside there. This is one of those moments where I'm very glad I'm not one of GAVRA Racing's stewards, because that would be an extremely tough call to make. Toby did leave him room. Lennon was trying to keep him squeezed to the inside. Toby was also trying to keep Lennon squeezed to the outside. That, I believe, may just be a racing incident. Let's go up here to Duke Martin and Agulator. Oh, we have a nice little three-way battle going on between 3rd, 4th, and 5th at the moment. Cypher Knight in 7th, also putting... Oh, wait a minute. That's Randalux in 7th, putting pressure on Cypher Knight in 6th. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, as I said, promise, we are having a lot of little battles all over this track tonight. Imola is always a great track to race. It is very difficult. Lots of passing opportunities if you get it right. And as we can see, it is very detrimental if you get it wrong in the rain. So we have a three-way battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and also a three-way battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Oh, as we did have someone get a little wide there. I believe that may have been Agulator. Got a little bit wide on the corner exit there. Did a great job of managing to keep control of his car as he hit those outside curbs. As we discussed earlier, the outside curbs in the rain on project cars, they're just not really your friends. And thank you everyone who is tuning in and watching, and if you haven't done so, please hit the like and especially the subscribe button. We are so close to getting GAVRA Racing up to the 1,000 subscriber mark. I believe when I looked right before the stream started, we had 910 or 912. It was one of those, so we are very, very close. We have about 2 to 3 weeks left before the season ends, and our goal was to try to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark before this season ends, and we are very, very close. So everybody, please smash that subscribe button and help us out, because we have a great battle going on here. Still 3rd, 4th, and 5th right on top of each other. Amazing battle going on between these three. And while I remember, let's see if Jukebox got his replay camera working, and we'll have us another quick look at the start of the race. Oh, Jukebox got something right. Y'all watch out. That might be the end of the world. I got something right. We got another look at the start of the race. We can see everybody got a really great start off. Very clean driving. Everyone there through turn 1. Just, it is, the drivers on the Megane Trophy Series, really, they have not disappointed me whatsoever. They have put on an absolute amazing show every week. We have some incredible displays of great driving skill. Tell you what, we'll go ahead. We've had Lennon's camera up there for a little while. We're going to switch. Blah. Sometimes the words don't want to come out. We're going to switch over and have Beam Racing, aka King Quinn's camera up here for a little while. And actually, while we have his up there, I will try to keep covering and keep up with this great battle we have on camera at the moment between still Becerra 3rd, Duke Martin 4th, Agulator in 5th. Chef is not all that far behind him. They better be careful. But yeah, this is a great battle between these three. Oh, Becerra really kicking up a lot of spray, throwing it in Duke's face there. Duke having a hard time seeing, got a little bit wide. Agulator doing a fantastic job behind them, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. ESR Chef has caught these three and involving himself in this battle. So we now have a four-way battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th position. And farther on down the track, we have Toby in 9th, is closing in on Randalux in 8th. Only about 4 seconds separating those two. Cypher Knight has himself in a nice, comfortable little spot at the moment in 7th. He has, I believe that is about a 8-second gap to ESR Chef, but he has about a 10-second gap to Randalux behind him. Oh no! Oh! As I was going on talking so great about Duke, I got him with the commentator's curse and took him right on off of the track. And we'll see here if oh, sorry about that, y'all. I was gonna say let's see if I saved that replay, and we'll see if we can see what happened to Duke there. Alright, we've got Duke Martin right behind Becerra there. Oh yeah, it looked like he hit a puddle. It looked like he hit a puddle and it just spun him right on around. Very unfortunate for Duke there. He's been doing a great job, having himself a great race. He, of course, is our Australian. It's... who knows what time it actually is in the morning there. All we really know is he comes in from work and drinks like 5 pots of coffee. He said he just doesn't even care about cups of coffee anymore. He comes in, slams several pots of coffee and gets on for the race. Oh, I believe that was Becerra made a mistake there and went a little bit too deep. Again, the outside curbs in the rain on this track are very, very tough. They do not like you in the rain. Alright, so we now have, whoa, ESR Chef has managed to put himself into 3rd, proving he may actually be the race king, the rain king, sorry y'all, for GAVRA Racing. Let's go back here and check on Becerra. Becerra is keeping up with Agulator. He got his car back out on track. Did a really good job of not losing too much time. He's still sitting in 5th. Again, pressure is on Agulator at the moment, and they need to be very careful. They have Duke Martin right behind them, only 2 seconds out. So yeah, these 2 seconds can disappear very quickly on this track. Becerra still has the pressure on on Agulator. There I go. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at several different things on my software here and trying to make sure I keep up with the race and everything else at the same time. Everyone's still doing a great job of keeping up with each other here. Alright, so the drivers are a little bit spread out, not too much. So we will do a quick rundown of where everyone is, and as soon as we get done with that, I'll work on starting to change over some of the other drivers' cockpit cameras so we can try to work around to all of them. Alright, so in the lead we have Javier in first. His last lap was a 154. Faster is second. His last lap was a 155. Faster is actually doing a very good job of keeping up with Javier, I do have to say. I mean, yeah, that is a 5-second gap, but we're talking about Javier, who has finished some of these races with just an incredible lead over some of these guys. ESR Chef sitting in third. His last lap was a 156. Agulator in fourth with a 157. Becerra is fifth with a 158. Duke Martin is sixth with a 157. So we can see almost all the drivers, their times are really not that different, except for Javier. Cypher Knight, 7th, 158. Randalux in 8th with his last lap was a 201. He must have had a little bit of trouble on his last lap. We know he is definitely a lot faster than that. We've been seeing him run right there with everybody else in the 157 to 158s. And fellow commentator Toby One Kenobi is sitting in 9th, also a 158. Just keep at it, Toby. You're doing a great job, man. Very difficult track with this car in these conditions. We have in 10th is Lennon 073. His last lap was a 202. Also, he must have had a little bit of trouble out of the last lap. We saw him running in qualifying, also a 1 right there in the 156s to the 158s. Been having himself a really good race. Had some great battles with Toby there. GTS is in 11th. He ran a 159 on his last lap. He did have to go through the pit earlier and get his car fixed, unfortunately. Other than that, he has been absolutely killing it this season. Our host, King Quinn, we saw him in the pit very early on in the race. I'm not sure what happened to him, but something happened to him, I do believe. Or I have my foot in my mouth. Could go either way. King Quinn is bringing up the back of the field, and we currently, do still have his. That could be what's going on because we have his cockpit camera up there. It may be serving as an extension of the commentator's curse. So let's go right here to Cypher Knight, who has now closed the gap on Becerra. Cypher Knight is definitely going to be looking to have this position. He's going to really want that 6th place. Cypher Knight is, we can tell, is very happy to be out of the commentator's box and back out on track. And yes, I am watching this race, but I'm being a little quiet while I do switch out the driver's cameras here. Oh no, Becerra has spun it. We'll snap that as an instant replay and we'll have a look at that in just a second. Y'all just bear with me. I'm gonna shut my big mouth and change out this driver cam. I do believe we're actually going to grab Toby One Kenobi's dash cam here. we go. We'll swap out King Queen's camera for Toby One Kenobi there. Maybe that will help give him a little bit of relief. And while we still have the camera on Cypher Knight, let's go ahead and we'll have a look at that replay there, and we'll see what happened to GTS there. I may have saved this replay a little late. Oh, nope, there it was. There it was. He got a little too aggressive on the accelerator in one of the puddles coming around that turn. And it caused him to just spin right around, and Cypher Knight was able to, just because he held on to his car, was quite easily able to take that position. And of course I switched over and put the wrong camera right back up there, so there we go. We'll pop Toby's back up there. And yeah, y'all just bear with me. I'm gonna get the other camera changed out. Alright, so we have Toby One Kenobi's camera up there. So our other choices are, we have Faster in second, and we have GTS also. So let's pop up Fasters for the moment, and then we'll come back and we'll see if we can get GTS's up there before the race is over. There we go, and actually, I tell you what, we'll, oh, well, okay, well, I thought I was going to do that, but apparently I did not label those, so we're not gonna do that. We'll go back to having just Toby's on here for the moment, and then we'll switch that out for Faster camera here in just a minute. Let's check in on Toby since we do have his camera up there. He's found himself in a little bit of a pocket there. He's sitting in 9th, not too terrible far from Becerra, and at the same time not all that much in front of Lennon. He has about roughly 8 seconds in both directions there, which given the track conditions tonight can be gained or lost very, very quickly. And let's go ahead and we'll get our map up there. So, yep, we have just under 20 minutes left of this 45-minute race. The drivers have managed to survive just over the halfway mark. And I say survive because this track has been really mean to the drivers tonight. It's been absolutely brutal, to be honest with you. And Toby has really been putting his right foot down. He's trying to close that gap up to Becerra. He now has it down to 6 seconds. So he just shaved off it. Right after I said it, he managed to shave off 2 seconds between that gap. Very impressive driving. And let's just see here who is where on track. I guess we will, let's go up here to Javier, our championship leader and leader of the race at the moment, now with a 14 second gap in front of Faster. And actually, speaking of Faster, we'll go ahead and we'll pop his camera up there for just a minute, so that way we don't accidentally commentator curse one of the commentators. Oh, Javier is starting to catch up to the back of the grid here. And Faster is in second. He is trying to catch up with Javier. Javier is not making it very easy for him to do, though. And all at the same time, Faster is definitely earning his name as well. He has a, wow, also about a 14-second gap between him and ESR Chef, who is currently sitting in third. And just something tells me ESR Chef is having a great time tonight in this race in the Megane Trophy Series. Aguilator is sitting in fourth. We're getting close to 15 minutes left in the race, almost 3/4 of the way through. And of course, as always, y'all, about 5 to 10 minutes before the end of the race, if y'all could start driving on voting, I'm thinking of the drivers here. If y'all start voting on driver of the day, I'll make sure I get that loaded up for the podium. To be honest, I still don't know who I want to root for tonight. I mean, I'm rooting for Team Cocoms, Toby-Wan Kenobi and Cypher Knight, but I'm not too sure who I want to put my vote in for driver of the day, though, to be honest. We have Duke Martin sitting in fifth. Duke Martin's been having himself a really good race. He should be really happy sitting in the top 5. Found himself in a little bit of a window here. The rain is being very, very difficult for these drivers. Cypher Knight has managed to put himself into 6th place. And oh, he does have Randalux not too far behind him now, though. Only 4 seconds between Cypher Knight in 6th and Randalux in 7th. So if Cypher Knight isn't very careful, he will find himself having to defend his position from Randalux. Yep, there's Randalux. Camera guy was just a little bit slow there. Becerra sitting in 8th. Toby-Wan Kenobi sitting in 9th. Toby now not very far at all behind Becerra. He has really closed this gap on up. As I believe we have a front marker going by Randalux there. Yep, I believe that is Javier. Great job from Randalux there, getting out of the way, letting the leader on by. But yeah, Toby One Kenobi is not very far behind him. I think we will definitely see a battle from these two before this race is over. Toby is definitely trying to close that gap on up. Now down to, yep, still just under 3 seconds, about 2.5 seconds gap between those two drivers. Ooh, nice, very nice here. Performance out of Lennon 073. He also has been really keeping that right foot down and is closing the gap on Toby. Also, only about a 3 to 4 second gap between these two drivers as well. So we could potentially see a three-way battle here in a little while between 8th, 9th, and 10th. GTS is sitting in 11th. He did, unfortunately, had the incident early on in the race, spun his car around and hit the wall and had to go into the pit and get the back of his car fixed. He had knocked the rear diffuser completely off his car. Great job right there holding on to it, coming around that turn, as I believe that was... Nope, that was not King Quinn. Not too sure who that is behind him there, but they did get a little bit wide. That could actually be... Yes, it is. I was thinking that is Faster. So Faster is trying to get on around the back marker there. Fantastic job from GTS, taking the outside line, letting Faster take the inside Faster line. Yes, I just said Faster had the faster line. I don't know. Oh, very nice right back here. Becerra and Lennon 073 starting to battle it out. 12 minutes left in the race. We could see a very nice pass or a great attempt to make a pass here very, very shortly. Lennon is taking the defensive line, so that means Becerra's pressure is working. If he can just manage to stay right on top of him and keep the pressure on, he may be eventually able to force a mistake, but oh no. As Becerra made a little bit of a mistake there, took a little too much off the inside. It looked like that back right hand tire caught the grass, but luckily instead of spinning him, his car looked like it just hit a big patch of mud. It looked like his car literally just sank into the grass right there. Definitely cost him a lot of time, but great job at holding on to it as he came on through the turn. Toby One Kenobi now right there on top of him. And since this battle is going on, we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw Toby One Kenobi's camera back up there so we can have a look at Toby One Kenobi running down Becerra. We'll have the trackside and the cockpit view. Ten minutes now left in this race. Drivers have survived the first 35 minutes. Again, yes, I do say survived because this track has been very brutal as Toby suffers the commentator's curse. as GT, I believe that may have been, I'm not sure who that was there in the background, got a little bit too wide there. Did a great job of holding on to their car though. And still, I tell you what, let's put the camera on Becerra. Becerra now has a lot of pressure on GTS, not much at all separating these two drivers. Toby One Kenobi has fallen down to 11th, but he's doing a great job trying to close the gap back up. Still not too far behind Becerra. So Becerra is going to have to be a little careful as he tries to run down GTS. And also GTS right on top of Lennon, 073. So we potentially have still a great three-way battle shaping up here in the back of the field. And we'll pop Faster's camera back up there for the moment. We do have a nice little battle right here between GTS and Lennon to watch though. 7 minutes now left in the race. And how you doing today, Anime Hacks? Great to see you in the chat. And yeah, the drivers have definitely needed a little bit of luck on their side tonight. This track has been very, very tough on them. Oh, as we have GTS closing in on Lennon. Toby One Kenobi is closing in on Becerra. He's done a great job closing that gap there. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the race. So he still has plenty of time. Oh! Becerra got a little loose in that turn. We've seen a lot of drivers have a lot of trouble coming through that turn tonight. I do believe I saw some of the drivers talking about some really big puddles forming in some of these turns, and I have a feeling that was one of them. Becerra's still right there. Becerra now trying to put the pressure on Toby. Toby will definitely have to work hard to keep him fended off for the rest of the race. Becerra has been fighting very hard tonight. Toby's been doing an outstanding job of driving his car. So he's just going to need to keep, if he can manage to keep Becerra fended off for 5 more minutes, Toby will finish in 10th. But it is, I have to admit, it's going to be very difficult to keep Becerra fended off at the moment. A little bit farther up the field, we have Lennon right there on top of GTS. Oh, no! I believe that was, yes it was that turn as well. You catch that inside curb, that is one turn right there. A lot of these turns, they can catch the inside curb and manage to ride it a little bit, but on that one that we just saw GTS spin out on, just about every driver that has caught just a little too much of that inside curb, it has spun around. And Becerra's still right on top of Toby, so let's go back through. We'll do another quick rundown, and yeah, if y'all have anyone picked for driver of the day, please go ahead and say so, and I'll start getting their graphics loaded up. So we have Javier still in the lead. Looks like he is right behind another, I believe that may be King Quinn. He is right behind there. Javier with a 32-second lead. So he has a major gap there. No. Oh, as he pushed it just a little bit too hard there. Great job of holding on to his car. And I was just fixing to say, though, with the amount of lead he has, he can't afford to take it a little bit easy and almost park himself right behind King Quinn, if that's who it is. And Faster literally has no chance of catching him, I don't think. Though, this is a race and anything can happen. Faster is in second. Faster has been doing a great job tonight. Managed to have himself still a 14-second lead over ESR Chef, who is in third. Oh, a little bit wide there. Oh, no. Oh, very squirrely. Great job from Chef by holding on to his car. And I was just fixing to say, I believe Chef may actually be proving himself to be the race king tonight. That was some outstanding driving right there, managing to keep control of his car. You could see he was doing the whole back and forth, and usually once your car starts rocking like that, it gets completely outbalanced, and the weight of the car will literally just drag you right on around. Agulator is sitting in fourth. We're down to the last 2.5 minutes of this race. Duke Martin is sitting in fifth. And there in the back, we do have a battle between GTS and Lennon still popping up. Those two still fighting it out. Duke Martin sitting in a nice place to finish fifth as long as he keeps his car on track. He's in no danger from Cypher Knight, or he could catch Agulator, but it would be very, very difficult. That is about 17 seconds separating those two. Fellow commentator Cypher Knight 77 sitting in sixth. He is still managing to keep Randalux fended off. He's keeping him just outside of the 1 second range still. Cypher Knight doing a great job, showing tremendous talent on the track, staying in front of staying in front of Randalux. If I can remember who I'm talking about here. Oh no, Cypher Knight did make a mistake there. That one turn has been getting everyone, and it has really opened him up to pressure from Randalux right behind him. But they have, I believe that is Javier making his way through the pack there. That is our leader. So I was completely mistaken before. That was not King Quinn Randalux was behind it. Was not King Quinn that Javier was behind. It is Randalux. Oh, and this definitely is one of those tricky little situations here. We've got our front marker right up in the middle of the battle between two back markers. And I say that can be a really touchy situation because it can be very confusing on who is supposed to yield there. Though if the two back markers are in battle, it is the leader that is supposed to try to yield if that is a really big if possible. Alright, GTS in 9th. Toby is still sitting in 10th. Bakara is sitting in 11th. Bakara is receiving a lot of pressure from King Quinn at the moment, though. Let me go back up here to Javier. Let's see how close he is to going across the line there. Oh, as Cypher Knight got a little bit wide on that turn, it did manage to let Javier on by, though, and get him out of this battle. So now the battle is really down between Cypher Knight and Randalux. Let's keep an eye on that. Oh, I believe Randalux almost lost his car there and had no choice but to take the inside and cut across the field to keep control of his car. Hopefully the race director will take into account that he did lose control of his car there, hit a major puddle, and really had no choice. It was either trash his car or cut across the field. I think he made the smart move there. He's got the pressure right on top of Cypher Knight at the moment. Let me real quick. Javier, I believe, is fixing to cross our line. There he is, crossing the line, giving us a big flash. He's very happy. We're going to stick with this little battle between Cypher Knight and Randalux as we had a little bit of paint swapping coming into turn 1 there. I believe these two still do have just a little bit longer. I'm not sure if they have a little bit longer on track or not. That could actually be race over, and since I am very, very confused about that, we're going to go up here to Faster and try to catch Faster coming across the line. Oh, Tomas, Toby's done a great job. Actually, I think Toby is who I am going to vote for driver of the day. That is Faster across the line. We've got Chef across the line giving us the flash. He knows where the cameras are. Let's see if we can catch Agulator coming across the line before the time is up as well. I know everyone who's already crossed the line they're really celebrating right now. They are very, very happy to have this race done in the rain. Imola is a grueling track in the rain. Oh, yep, the drivers are definitely having themselves a little bit of fun as we had Agulator across the line. So we still have Duke Martin. We may still have just enough time to catch Duke Martin on across the line. But most of the drivers have already completed their race. There's Duke giving us a nice... Actually, yeah, that is... Who was that giving us a flash there? That is either King Quinn or Randalux. I believe that was King Quinn giving us the flash. Regardless, that was a great race. All the drivers doing an amazing job keeping control of their cars. Javier, of course, came in first, followed by Faster in second. ESR Chef, our special guest, was third. Fourth was Agulator. Fifth was Duke Martin. Sixth was fellow commentator Cypher Knight. Seventh was Randalux. Eighth was GTS. Ninth was Lennon073. 10th was fellow commentator Toby1 Kenobi. 11th was our host King Quinn, and Bakara rounds out the field in 12th. Yep, and that was it because we did have a few drivers having a little connection issues. So, as we can see here on our podium, we do have Javier for first again. Faster is second. Chef came in third. I did not get his car number up there. I had to real quick makeshift his graphics, even though they're not that complicated. And I have yet to put driver of the day up there. I was going to wait just a moment and see if anyone else wanted to put in a vote while I do my shameless advertisement for GAVRA Racing. But I will go ahead and say that my vote for driver of the day is going to go to Toby1 Kenobi, I believe. But yeah, quick shameless advertisement for GAVRA Racing. Go to the website, check it out. Gavranovic has been doing a lot of work on there. He is steady adding to it. I go on there every couple of days and there is something new. There are past season records on there for tracks and drivers. Track time records for the drivers and everything else. He does a great job of keeping up with all of the drivers' stats. And of course, you can search for any of the drivers' stats. You just go to search, put in their name, it will bring up their stats, show you how many races they've been in, their podium, everything. Like I said, tons of information on there, as well as the broadcast schedule, which today I believe we had one race in the F1 2019 Gold Crown Series on the Twitch channel. The Megane Trophy was here on the YouTube. Wednesday will be Diddix and Cadwell 5 for the Janetta Evolution race. I should know where they are going to be, but I'm a very slack commentator and I don't. But they are Wednesday. Thursday will be me again for the Ferrari 33 SP. Make sure y'all check that out, as well as the Gran Turismo Sport, and I believe the Project Cars 2 Academy race as well. So y'all make sure y'all check all those out, and then 2 races this weekend on the GAVRA Racing Twitch channel. So make sure y'all check those out as well. And let's see, no one else has voted, so we will go ahead Y'all bear with me just a second. I know the sun's going down, it's getting late, everybody's getting ready to go home. And there we go. We have Toby-Wan Kenobi as driver of the day. I think he definitely earned it. And it looks like, oh yeah, we still have drivers having a little bit of fun out on track. Or I'm very, very far ahead of y'all in everything that's going on. Actually, I think that is exactly it. Yes, it is. It appears the stream has gotten almost a full minute behind me. So I'll have to do some little bit of adjusting after this race on my software settings to get us in a little bit better sync. But since I am waiting, well, I guess I'm not really waiting. Yeah, definitely lost my train of thought there, if you can't tell. Yeah, anyway, I guess that is the end of my shame. No, I'm not done with my shameless advertisement. I got caught up naming driver of the day. Yeah, also on the website, you'll find a link to the GAVRA Racing Discord channel that our man Sig does for us and maintains and keeps organized. And he does an absolute amazing job at doing it. And if you haven't seen all the notifications that I keep nonchalantly putting up on the race starting screen and stuff like that, there is a iRacing league starting soon that Sig is organizing. So if you're into iRacing or think you might want to, you know, hit us up. It's going to be great. He's got some really great plans set up for it. I mean, I guess it's really just going to be nothing short of absolutely amazing to watch and hella fun for the drivers involved in it. And there's also a link for the GAVRA Racing Patreon site if you wish to become a Patreon supporter. After all, we are community driven. It is everyone from the viewers, the drivers, the commentators, and above all, the administrators and Gavra Novick himself that spend a lot of time to make this happen. Well, I feel I have definitely rambled on very long enough and tortured y'all all the way to hell and back. We did get to see a great race out of everyone tonight. Imola in the rain is a very, very difficult track. So I guess from me, as y'all can tell, sun's down. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here anymore. I'm gonna have to go up here, kick all these people out of the stands. But yeah, I have been Jukebox73, your commentator, and huge thanks to everybody that watched. And Gavra Novick, hit the like, subscribe, help us get to that 1,000 subscriber landmark. And I will see y'all Thursday, and hopefully I'll have my head on my shoulders and do a little bit better job for everybody. Good night. And just a real quick additional note, everybody make sure you give Sig a huge shout out for the standings he does. He does an amazing job, and he makes some great looking standing sheets for us to use in the Discord and here on the stream. So yeah, y'all give him a huge shout out for the work he does on these.